Colorado arts have a foothold right in the center of town in Golden, just off the corner of Washington and 13th. The award-winning theater Miners Alley Playhouse has made its home in Golden since 2003. We check in with the executive director and the artistic director.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Miners Alley Playhouse and the opening night of The Cripple of Inishmaan.
Miners Alley Playhouse is an intimate theater located in the heart of downtown Golden, where the community can gather, where you can see high-end professional theater, 6 main stage shows a year, comedy, children's theater, educational classes for children and adults, and it is a hub for the performing arts in downtown Golden.
I would describe Miners Alley Playhouse as an intimate theater experience where you're never very far from, maybe, I'm not a really good judge of 20 or 30 feet from the stage. It's a really warm lobby. We have a really great bar. People can take their drinks into the theater. There's always one of us here that's on the management team to be really welcoming and make people feel at home.
Being part of the community as the theater, I mean, it almost says community theater, but it's professional theater. We're an award-winning theater. It's a professional theater. And what we do is we end up bonding with all the different merchants. We have deals with the different merchants downtown. The merchants send us customers. We send them customers. The restaurants, all the other cultural organizations in town, like the Rocky Mountain Quilt Museum and Foothills Arts Center. And we all communicate. We're all together. We're all part of what's called the Golden Cultural Alliance. And together, we try to enhance each other's arts as best we can.
Well, I think the image of Golden is that it is that where the West lives, in this western frontier town, and it's certainly elevated Golden to that kind of a destination place to come visit and do the Coors tour and feel like, small town, western town. But I think what people don't know is that there's a lot of culture and arts and just really great restaurants and places to go and make an evening out of being in Golden with the theater and the art galleries and all the different cultural things that are going on in Golden.
One of the things that makes Miners Alley unique is that we do have a full bar and a full lounge right here in the lobby right outside the theater. So it becomes a gathering place. One of our key components of our mission at Miners Alley is to be a community hub for the performing arts. And to do that, you need to have a place that people can gather and feel comfortable, and that's what we've done with our lobby and our bar area. And so people gather before the show, they have a few drinks, they gather after the show, they meet with the actors, they meet with the musicians, and it becomes a whole event around that show.
Miners Alley Playhouse founders Rick Bernstein and Paige Larson retired after leading the theater for 23 years.
My relationship was only as a patron. I had seen shows here, and I knew Rick and Paige.
I first got connected to Miners Alley Playhouse because I was contacted by Rick Bernstein. Rick Bernstein was the former executive director, and they had been doing it for 10 years, and he wanted out. He wanted to do something else, and he thought that I would be a good match, and then I called Brenda because I thought she would be a good match, kind of a good working relationship that we have. And then the two of us, after a lot of talking and a lot of glasses of wine and food, and we came to an agreement and we took over. Starting in the year 2013, we transitioned in 2013, and then it was totally ours in 2014. So that was our first official season, 2014.
To be handed the legacy of the Morrison Theater Company was some big shoes to fill. And it was, personally, I was pretty scared and nervous. And it was, Rick and Paige, Rick started the Morrison Theater Company and sustained it, and it thrived. And when you have somebody that can sustain a theater company for that long and thrive, those are big shoes to fill. And we were nervous. I mean, we wanted to do it right, and also for Golden. And I wanted to elevate it and make it, use all the resources we had to also take it to the next level.
Well, when we took over, we expanded a lot. We decided to do a lot of new things. We started by adding 2 musicals, and these are musicals with live musicians, a live band, excuse me, and it was a very difficult thing to do at first because it's such a small space and such a small stage to put, say, 5 musicians and have 7 actors on the stage. But we did it, and we did it very well. And it was a big hit. The audience was demanding musical theater, and we gave it to them.
The role of Miners Alley Playhouse in Golden, I think, is to be an anchor for the arts. It's surprising how many people don't even know there is a theater on the 2nd floor at 13th and Washington. So exposure is one thing, to get people aware that we're here, but also I think that theater brings culture and class to any community. And when you have people coming to community around a theater, there's a sense of belonging that brings you together as a community. And you end up, whether you're in Golden or wherever, you end up being an anchor for a lot of people from all over Denver and the metro area to have a place to call a theater home.
I think for myself, and I think I also speak for Brenda on this, we're getting a chance. Running this theater is getting a chance to create and make art that we've always wanted to make. It's an opportunity to control your destiny as an artist, which is something that doesn't come along very often. And so we're trying to take that by the horns and do what we can with it.